Uh-oh. Whoa. Did... Wait. How come? Alright. I'm on. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play It Painted Live. Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday evening. A little bit of a mix-up with my audio a minute ago, but looks like we're doing okay. I'm going to load up our good old... What's it called? And because I lost words because my cat came in and decided to charge the paint station immediately upon coming in. So thanks a lot. There he goes. Go to, yeah, go there. Go to your spot. Ooh, looks like we had a sharp dip there. Yikes! Sharp dip in we lost some subs. That's a sad time. All right, so let's go. I just have to change this. This is building Aristeia. All right, man. I'm gonna change this. Aristeia. All right, let's go. Shade core. Okay, cool. And hopefully that saves. Then we can go. The door is wide open. Thanks a lot, cat. Okay. Got a lot of stuff to do tonight. Various things that need to happen. Not a lot of it's going to be painting, but let's just go ahead and chill, hang out. If you guys have any questions, comments, or threats, let me know. Right now we're looking at the commission that I finished some days ago, and I've got to wrap these up. But I'm not going to wrap them yet because I have to raffle off some. Actually, I can't wrap these right now. But that's not very entertaining. You guys are not going to want to watch me wrap a bunch of like owl bears and that kind of stuff. So we'll do something else instead. For now though, let me put them in some of these fancy pocket containers, these little bubble wrapped containers that you can just ship them out from there. I'll just do this real quick, guys. I have to be careful that they don't just get wrecked in transport. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit more careful with them. Stuff like this, the PVC stuff, are very easy to just wrap up. So I can wrap that. And let's wrap the little robot guy. The rest of the stuff I'm gonna wanna protect reasonably well here. Okay? So, again, I apologize for kind of the low amount of content on the channel lately. I have been sick. I hope you guys extend me a little bit of grace there. But yeah, I've been sick and, you know, finishing up all the extra life stuff. There's still raffles. People donated so much, and which is fantastic, but it just left me with a bunch of residual stuff to do that I'm trying to wrap up. I got a commission the last day of, which kind of hurt me a little bit, but we're good. We finished that. And right now, I want to stamp some bases. I need to stamp 2 bases, and let's see if I have. Do I have 2 bases ready to go? Because I might. That would be very fortuitous if I do. It looks like I do. which is great. I'm going to use these style bases for the Aristeia minis, which I know is very unusual because they usually go on 25 or 30s, and also they don't do round lip, but I prefer round lip. They just look better to me. Okay, so we're going to stamp some bases real quick. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot to do just 2 little bases like this. This is probably, that's probably way too much right there, right? But let's get these going. Let's build some miniatures. Might have some time to prime them, but I don't know because this stuff takes a while to dry. So one downside to using this, but this is what I do with all my Aristeia minis. So a little epoxy light sculpting putty. We're just gonna mash that together real quick, and then I think I may change the. Oh no, I need them to be. They still need to be on that same weird style of base. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. But if you have any questions or comments, threats, it's all good. Shit posts also acceptable. This is a good stream to shit post on, because I really don't care if what the comments are. I really don't care. I interact directly with people, even if they don't like what I have to say. Normally, it's the GW people don't like what I have to say because I talk a lot of trash on GW stuff. But you can see I made enough here to actually stamp 3 bases. So that's actually more than you physically need for 2. But let's do it, right? So about the size of a kernel of corn is good for a 30 millimeter base like this, right? And so you smush this down. Here's a little trick. Take a little water, put a little water in between your fingers. It'll help you smooth this out, right? Then you can see how much easier it is to get a nice smooth base like that, right? Once just a little bit of water on your finger, it will allow you to do stuff like that. Okay. And as your finger dries, you'll start to leave fingerprints again. And then we get to build some metal minis. All right. I don't know if you tuned into my last stream. I was bitching hard about resin. Resin miniatures. Resin miniatures are, at this scale, are frankly overrated. I don't think there's a good, I would say, with the exception of a couple companies, and I named them last time, Tabletop Combat, Impact Miniatures, most of the big companies aren't doing resin in a good manner with regards to under 40 millimeter models. And then over 60 millimeter models, resin is a super bad idea. Just in general, it's when you have a model that big, it's a super bad idea. Or at least the harder resin that we use for miniature game minis. If you use a softer resin at a bigger scale like that, you should be okay. Right? A little bit of water on my stamp. Well, let's do what we do. Stamp these down. I'm going to stream in Discord. I'm going to stream in Discord for the Discord crowd. For those in Discord, what's new? I don't give a shit. I don't care. All right, I'll go here. And just do that. And let's go down to my voice channel. And then let's go there. And let's stream within the on-air, because why not? Let's do that. And we're going to call it now. There we go. Streaming OBS game. Okay. And let's go ahead and stream OBS and go live. Okay. Cool. So we are streaming in Discord if you are interested in joining me live on the Discord voice channel as well. It's been a while since I've only built 2 miniatures, but we're just gonna build 2 miniatures, right? I gotta get back into the swing of the painting stuff. Have not been painting much lately, as you guys know. That last commission was just 10 miniatures, and I need to pick up Mythic Battle Pantheon as my next commission coming in. All right. So tonight we're gonna build some cool miniatures tonight. Okay. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and we'll just talk that mess while we're building. Okay. That's the deal. We are building metal miniatures tonight. And metal miniatures are my favorite miniatures, but they're not without their own headaches. So but we are building this Valkyrie, dun dun dun, super cool miniature. Looks like she has some daintier parts. Ooh, it's a weird fitting there. Let's so we're gonna build her, and we're also gonna build this one, 8-Ball, the greenskin Oni. Should also be pretty cool. Now these clamshells are a little annoying to open, so I just use a pair, like I have a heavy duty pair of scissors that I just rip through this with. So if you're just joining us, welcome to Play It Painted Live. Let us know what you're painting or what you should be painting. Tonight we're building some cool Aristeia stuff. Here's the stuff that you want inside that pack. Look at that cool Valkyrie. I need to go buy a plastic Valkyrie now so that I can play this in game. Looks like you have, what's this mini card? Is this for another game? Hold on. Now I'm curious. It look like Aristeia, but I bet it's for Defiance, huh? Is that for Defiance? You tell me, Corvus Belly fans. Is it for Defiance? Let's see. Okay, so you get all the different languages. We're looking for the English. There's English. Okay, so we want that. But look, you get, yeah, it is a Defiance card. So you get a little Defiance promo card with her abilities. Charge and heavy pistol. I kind of want to check out Defiance now. What? If that's as simple as a Defiance card is, I'm kind of down. Hey, what's up, Jose? Yeah, it's for Defiance. Okay. If Defiance actually if this is the actual character card for Defiance, that's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Look at these rules compared to those rules. That's pretty sexy. All right, we're keeping these. Okay. So that's her. Let's chop open this Oni guy. Yes. Finally, 8-Ball makes it into the realm of alt minis. I do not like the regular 8-Ball. Oh, big ol' hunks of metal, though. Why is he 4 hunks of metal? Those big hunks of metal. Wow, they didn't even bother giving him a 25 millimeter because I don't think you can't play him in Infinity anyway. All right. That might be her enemy card. All right, Jose, since you're all in the know, man, tell me about Defiance. What is Defiance? Is Defiance like is it like a co-op? Is it like Imperial Assault? Is that what that is? Because it kind of reminds me of Imperial Assault, but I could just be reading into it differently. Look at the pretty dope. Okay, I just need the English one. Eat my fudging and be water, dude. He has an octopus on his back. I didn't even notice. He has an... Okay, 8-Ball is now... Oh, I don't know if I like him. I love the Maximus alt. But, oh, that's so dope, though. Alright. Alright. Okay. Now the fun part is we get to build Corvus Belly Metal. Hooray. Do I still have glue for this? And I need to make pins. Let's count the pins I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 9 pins. 9 pins. If I find my clippers. 9 pins. Yeah. I will tell you this. I am getting a little tired of the non-gaming streak I have been on. I need to get back into the flow of things. I need to get some games of Guild Ball, and I need Guild Ball, and I need Malifaux, and I do need some Aristeia, man. I've been missing me some Aristeia. It's a beautiful game. It makes me very frustrated because there are blank facings on the dice, and that makes me sad all the time. Blank faces on dice. I mean, I will be rolling blank faces on dice. Uh-oh. I hate that. Did I just lose one? I just lost one. Boo! Boo! It's stuck in the... I think there it is. There it is. Alright. But I got 3D terrain painted up for Aristeia. I'm going to paint these out. It is fun to watch UO. You should just hop on UO. I'm serious. I'm inviting everybody that follows me for one reason or another to hop on UO, put together a character, and we'll run around and get killed. It's super fun. I was just running around with Mary a few minutes ago, and what's his name? And Batface was on, and he wasn't in game, but we were talking to him for a little bit. We're planning on playing Thursday, but oh man, I kind of game on Thursday too. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work. Might have to be super late. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so far I think we've only seen Genjiro. We have not. I have not streamed with Lothar. Mm, which the interesting thing about Ultima Online is Ultima Online does not, the game does not favor typical melee warriors. Yeah, dude, make an account and hop on Sonoma and come game with us. Um, yeah, the game though, Ultima Online, like as far as I can remember, it's always been about staying out of combat, with a couple of notable exceptions, right? Mages were super strong back in the day. Archers have always been pretty good. Uh, and then tamers are very powerful. Bards are very powerful. And really, if you're going to play a melee character and hunt top tier monsters in the game, you need to be playing what is called a Sampire, which is just an odd combination of a samurai, a necromancer, and a paladin. Which it sounds kind of cool in ingenuous when you first hear the idea, but then you realize everybody makes that. You should read aloud to the audience. I didn't even find, Mary took me upstairs in the library, and there's an even bigger area of books. So that was just some of the books that I wrote, well, that my character wrote when he was in UO. That the Lothar character writes a lot. He writes a lot. He's a paladin. He went through this phase of being this very like holy, pious man. Like this, he became like a wandering healer for a while. Um, and he would write books about. Some of the books were about the history of the guild. Other books were are like almost sermonizing or philosophizing. Um, I don't know if it's interesting at all. To me, it was interesting from like your RP sense. It was interesting to write that stuff. That this is stuff that this character would write. That was interesting. Oh, that is the worst piece of tactical rock. That is terrible. So basic anime character. Yes and no. He's he's a pretty he's a he's a somewhat standard character. His life can be Lothar kind of being the main character of the UO story that I told, um, means that all of my other characters are built around or in deference to him. So he shapes everything around him, and his life can be summed up in five kind of eras, if you will, right? So the original Lothar character was, I named him Lothar of the Hill People after the Mike Myers SNL skit. Um, and he started off as very much a savage, just kind of a meathead character. Uh, you know, uh, but it was, the first that era, we'll call it the Greystoke era, because that was where he was like this savage, almost like a barbarian that they found out in the wilderness. And he had a brother who was even more, he had two brothers, and they were way more savage than he was. And um, one of them could barely speak language, and the other one was completely incapable of language. Um, so he, so that was his first iteration was basically Greystoke, right? They took him in, they civilized him. A merchant took him in, a mage, actually not a mage, a scribe specifically took him in, and he became good friends with the scribe's younger brother, and then married the scribe's younger sister. So that was the Greystoke era. Then he went into what we would call like the Conquest era, where he was in game. He was doing some PvP. He was, like in those days, you actually did defend your like neighborhood from PKs and stuff. So he was doing a lot of PvP, was a lot of, you know, beefing up the fight, and it was all fight and conquest, right? So Greystoke to like a conquest type era, and then from there, that's when the facet split or the shard split, and then he moves into his prime era where he starts building a guild. And he's starting to become more and more of like a paladin, like a holy warrior type character. Um, and the guild is growing in prominence and that kind of thing. And all these characters are starting to show up, um, and serve his cause, right? So then the fourth era, after what we call Lothar Prime, then um, you know, we have what we call Saint Lothar, where the guild is starting to age, and he's starting to become more pious, and he changes to become, he wants to follow just his God, and he starts writing books, kind of sermonizing, almost like a Saul of Tarsus type thing. um, so he goes through that period, and then the final period is basically, the Twilight period, which is what he's in now, where he made all his mistakes, and he's conquered what he could conquer, and he's no longer, his fellowship is in its twilight state, and so he's just kind of an older, wiser, like a wandering monk, essentially. Well, not so much a monk. He's kind of gone a little bit back towards his origin. He's a little bit. Oh, my audio seems to be cutting out. It sucks. Um, but he seems to be more, going back to like, adventurous warrior, that kind of thing. Um, but he still has all of those different elements to him. Um, Running away from his guild responsibilities and that kind of thing. And he recently, I think when I lower my head, it messes up the audio. So I'll try not to lower my head too much. If it gets bad, I'll switch it over to the C920, and we'll get audio from the webcam instead of from this headset. But yeah, that he's typically he is the main character on that account, and he was the guild leader. He is he's the Duke of GI Joe. I would say that's the short of it. Is he's the Duke character. He's very much the alpha. He's the main guy, right? Okay, so the way this is notched, do I even have to pin this? A good question. First off, I gotta figure out. Okay, it goes like that. That is extremely odd. You see how tight that is? I don't think I need to pin that. I don't see a reason to pin that. Pinning this arm, probably a good idea. That's probably, oh, even that's super tight. Wow. They cut that so well that I don't have to pin this. I will. I'm going to pin it, but I don't have to. Good job, CB. So I always pin the peg instead of the slot, if that makes sense. Pin goes in the peg. Oh, wrong. That's the wrong bit. That would have been a nightmare. Where is... Oh, there it is. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the Ultima content. If I am around Thursday night, I will stream that content. Ooh, crud. Man, am I just making this harder for me? I really have to decide, is this really gonna give me much of an advantage? It might. It might. It might make it harder to physically attach pieces, but let's see what we get here. Just drilling into the peg. Okay. I wonder if the limited Valk arms are interchangeable with regular. Oh, be cool if you could swap arms so you have with axe and shield. Oh, like if I magnetized her and then put the axe in the shield, I'd have to chop it off the plastic mini. Looks like I need a pin here too. I will definitely need to pin that shield. Speaking of which, the shield. Oh no, I don't, because the shield just sticks on the. Well, let's get it off the sprue. It's a pretty sweet shield, but the way it's connected, kind of terrifying. I'm gonna clip this off camera so I don't break it. Just so you know, this is Aristeia is supposed to be the next game I play with Yvonne, who is starting to get a big head now. She's starting to think, because she's beaten me at other minis games, she thinks that she's gonna beat me at this one too. You're different enough it's giving me entertain to watch. That's cool. I'm gonna tell her. I'm talking trash. Ah, never mind. I was going to, but never mind. That's right, Yvonne. If you're watching this, you gotta stop the smack talking. We're coming in. Oh, the regular. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. There's gonna be a Soldiers of Fortune metal box, which I need to get. Damn it. So I shouldn't. So I shouldn't even buy the plastic box, because I have no intention of playing the plastic pieces. Okay, that kind of blows. So I need a hole. I'm gonna put a hole right in here. So I need a really tiny little pin there. The regular Valk Mini is carrying her shield in one arm and the shotgun in the other. That's cool. Yeah, I've been missing some Aristeia, man. It's a good game. It's fun. Okay. All right. Let me just throw these pins in. Did I? Oh yeah, I drilled a hole here. Sometimes you forget. These holes are so tiny. You forget. But yeah, I will beat Yvonne in this game. I will actually beat her in a minute. She's going around telling people that I can't beat her at miniatures games because she's beaten me in Malifaux and in Rumble Slam, and I haven't beat her yet. So she's starting to get, starting to get a little cocky there, Yvonne. We're gonna have to bring you back down to earth. Although with my ability to roll blank faces on this game, this might not be the game where I beat her. Sad, but probably a little bit of truth to that. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna let those dry for a minute. Let's move over to this guy and let's do a little clipping and dry fitting. I hate tactical rock with a passion. I hate it. They're Spanish sculptors need to stop with the tactical rock crap. It's horrible. Stop it. When they do it for Batman, it's even worse. Okay, we'll chop this. Player in Aristeia, I believe in you. I will win. I will win a game in Aristeia. You will see. It's gonna be a thing. I haven't played Aristeia in so long. Maybe the dice will forgive me. Like maybe they'll just forget that this is octave rolling dice, and I'll be spared a little bit. Maybe. I mean, I could when at the last game of Aristeia I played, I lost like 7-1. It was horrible. What about tactical box or Yeah, I saw the tactical crates and barrels. I I just don't like those. I think it's bad. Like just make you could just make a decent pose without them having to be on something. This is Aristeia, right? They're running around in a hexadome. Not like there's yeah. I know it's for Defiance as well, but I just always hated that. Even when they're like standing on a head or something like that, it's okay. Like standing on a head is okay, but it's still not my favorite thing. Oh, that's just annoying. So that just goes there. Well, I guess I just glue that. Because there's no real good. The only thing a pin is going to do is misalign this, so don't pin that. What about this? Look at all this flash to chop here. Dude has an octopus on his back. Like, how am I not gonna? Of course, I'm gonna play this. He's a freaking Oni. He's a greenskin Oni, which I don't. I may not make him a greenskin Oni. Oh, check it out. He has a bowl. He has like a bowl of fuzzing, right? Eat my fuzzing. So that goes there, and then you just have this big old hunk of metal. That with how much is going on with this sculpt, I'm fairly impressed that they kept this to 3 pieces. Pretty good. Pretty good job, Corvus Belly. Thank you for being the last real thing, the last real miniatures company to recognize that you make awesome metal minis. If only I could like Infinity now. I still don't like Infinity. Man, I don't know that I need to pin anything other than the foot on this thing because everything keys, well, maybe this arm. I'll pin the arm, but everything else keys very well. I don't know. It's such a big piece on his back. Maybe I should. Yeah, let's throw a pin in his back. Even though I don't feel like I have to, I should. In fact, I may even do the big pin. I may have to do the big style pin to, yeah. I don't think that's sharp enough though. My large bit, I don't think it's sharp enough. Where'd it go? Constantly losing shit on this desk. Constantly losing shit. Whatever. Let's use a small pin. Fine. I'll throw a pin in the regular foot there. Go with a full Aristeia fantasy. Knight, Oni, Witch, Elf, Archer. I love Dart too much though. Dart is like one of my favorite miniatures of all time. So and she's super fun to play. A lot of people are asking if CB would make Defiance minis in plastic. CB gave an emphatic hell no, they make. Thank you, CB. Aristeia is pretty close to what I would consider to be like an ideal miniatures gaming experience. Okay, it still has, I think, what needs to be fixed in Aristeia is I think the game rules need to be fixed. And what I mean by that is it needs to be in the scenarios need to be a little more dynamic, in my opinion. But it's pretty good, right? 4 miniatures per team. Games are done usually in about an hour. Every game. Again, the rules I think they could use some cleanup, in my opinion. Scenarios could be a little bit more interesting. Again, just my opinion. I really like the football one. I think they were close to having a really good football type scenario. I think they need to have more of those types of scenarios in the game. Uh-oh. OBS disconnected. All right. I'm going to. Oh, that was. Oh, I'm going to stop streaming. I'm going to stop streaming within Discord. Nobody's watching within Discord. Just disconnect it. I guess I should pin this thing, even though I really don't want to. I hate the special dice. They made good use of them though with triggers and all that, so I wouldn't really necessarily change that. But I would want to streamline player on player interactions, make them a little bit cleaner than face-to-face dice rolling. That's just me. I understand that it's exciting, and both players walk away with, some feeling of a little bit of control over, what happened in the exchange. The only issue is, because there are blank facings on the dice, that the face-to-face rolls can tend to really really sway a game wildly. You know what I mean? Like Infinity. If I roll a crit and you roll a 20, there's a gigantic difference there. There's like a huge gap to make up. That can be a problem. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. Is there a specific way this? I gotta do this really gently because I don't want to bend the shield in an inordinate manner. And I also don't want to drill all the way through the shield. How do you watch stream in Discord? Well, if you're in Discord, there's a voice channel. You could hop in the on-air voice channel, and then you could be just talking with me live. Or, since you're watching on YouTube, you could just hop in the on-air, and then and you could be talking to me live, and then there'd be like you're watching a 90-second delay. How does this go? Is it just like any old way? I think that goes on last. But yeah, if I'm playing UO, like tonight I was playing UO and streaming just within Discord, you could hop on the Ordo Sylvanas voice chat while I'm streaming the game and just watch the game, and it's not going out to YouTube or Twitch or anything like that, which is something Batface was doing because he was not going to hop. He didn't want to hop in the game, but he just wanted to come hang out, and he also wanted to see a little bit of like what we were doing. So it's a good option for like when I don't feel like, doing a full stream. I can just kick that on and be super informal. Let me see if this is.
All right, I hopped in. Does it work?
Yep, it's working. What
Excellent.
up?
Nothing much.
This is how Blade Wolf and them talk on my show. They just hop in here.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, well, no, I remember I was able to watch one of your streams of you playing UO on Discord, but I can't figure out how to get back to seeing you play on when you stream online using the Discord program.
You mean like YouTube, that kind of thing?
No, you were. I don't know how to explain it. You were streaming on Discord. It wasn't YouTube. It wasn't Twitch, and I could see the video of you playing UO.
Okay.
and
And you,
I'm not sure if I'm actually how to do that, or if you're actually when the next time you stream, is it going to be on like Twitch or YouTube, or is it going to be like on the Discord program itself? Because I think what I saw was just basically you play me watching you through the Discord program itself.
yeah, that's totally likely. Because I do that when I don't feel like streaming out live.
Okay.
So if I'm just playing like if I'm just playing during the week or whatever, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really feel like kicking a stream out, I'll just put it on Discord, so people can come hang out.
Okay. Yeah, I just wasn't sure.
I
I
think.
know I can just enter the room and just talk to you, but I wasn't trying to get the video up.
Oh, I have to do that.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah.
it was like an automatic thing,
No,
and then okay. So you have to
I
turn
have
it
to.
on.
Yeah, I have to turn that on
All right, I got you.
because it's not on right now.
Mm.
But if I wanted to, I could turn it on right now. But it
Okay,
will screw
that
up.
makes a hell of a lot more sense.
Yeah, I
Okay.
I prefer to do one or the other. Like either stream out to YouTube or
Mm.
just stream within Discord.
All right, makes sense. Oh,
I
can't
hope
believe I
that
put so much
stays.
into the Defiance Kickstarter. Ugh, but they promised so much stuff. They suckered me in.
Oh no. Yeah, I there was a few locals that went super big on that. And I was like, I'll just wait
Yeah, pretty much.
cuz somebody will just hire me to paint all the stuff and
Yes,
then
that's what I intend to do. Come summer
and then we'll
2020,
just
I'm
play
saving
it.
my money. I'm
Yes.
saving my money. And
Well,
this time I'm not gonna be stupid and go for like a single wave shipment. I'm actually gonna I'm actually gonna pay for multiple wave shipments so I can get my stuff earlier.
yeah, cuz painting Kickstarters, we'd have to break that up into a
Yeah.
bunch of smaller.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just I have to admit, CB was a. I thought the stretch goals were a bit far apart, but they did right by the backers, in my opinion, with the amount of stuff they gave. Assuming you got the all in pledge. That's worth it, in my opinion.
It was like $300 or something.
270 something,
That's cool.
and then you basically got all the um. Well, they added a whole bunch of characters who actually needed updated minis.
Okay.
So I liked some of those characters, but I absolutely couldn't stand the mini.
So,
So
what is like how do you describe the Defiance game? Because I don't even know what it is really. I know it
Super
uses.
Dungeon Explorer in space.
Okay, so it's a dungeon crawl. Is it a co-op?
Yes,
Is it a one versus many co-op? Or is it a pure co-op?
comp, co-op comp versus the comp. Four
Oh,
man, four man team.
oh, that's fun. Okay,
And
cool.
then you can choose between the doctor, the engineer,
Ingenieur Odachte.
commando, hacker, heavy weapons, and the furry.
The furry. That's just the class of that character.
Well, I call him the furry. He's a wolver. He's one of the
No, I
hybrid
get
humans.
that. I get that.
But I call him the furry.
But he doesn't have a role other than furry.
Well, he's close
That's
combat.
okay.
He's
And how many
what did
players
I call
can you
him?
play?
The furious furry.
Do you play like 4 players? It sounds like.
Yeah, 4 players. They somebody was asking if CB would come up with rules to expand it for more people since because of all the unlocks that happened, they made like 1,250,000. They added like 8 extra characters that you could use. So you could play their version of Moon Knight. Um, they've got
Can you? Did they
you can
expand it to where you could play like 6 players could play?
possibly. I mean, if like I said, I got the all-in pledge, and you've got there are a lot of there are a lot of enemy minis you can choose to use, and they got the mega Lad- mega Ladron, which is basically the biggest mini they've ever made.
Okay.
It's it's basically the final boss. It's the optional final boss. Um, it is significantly huge. Let me see if I can find a picture of the size comparison.
Is it a metal mini?
It's resin. They couldn't make a metal mini out of that one.
Oh, that's
Dude,
cool.
it's huge. It's like five regular minis stacked one on top of the other in height.
That's cool.
So I mean, I would it would have been cool if it was metal, but they've already CB basically
It
said with the
probably
amount
would
of metal
wreck.
needed,
Yeah, it
yeah,
would probably get broken.
with the amount of metal needed, you'd be stopped by airport security with because you're carrying a lethal weapon in your bag.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hopefully they do a better job than that D&D kit that I did. That
So
was
it's
horrible.
supposed. Uh, no, please don't remind me. So it's like 100. So they haven't come up with the rules. Well, actually, did they? Hold on. I actually got an email. I didn't see English Metal Loadron mission setup. So yeah, it is. It, oh no, is this for Infinity or is this for to kill between? Okay, no, this is for the Infinity. These are the Infinity rules. These aren't the Defiance rules. But yeah, it's pretty.
Can you play Dart in Defiance?
Um, possibly. I would not be surprised if somebody if they add her because uh well
Just, I want
I
more excuses to use Dart.
I don't know if you can I don't know she might be in the rules as a bad guy, but I don't know if you can use her as a cleric. But but CB said, you know, there's no excuse, there's no reason for you not to homebrew her in. I mean, you'll have the general idea of how the characters work, and um, for instance, a lot of like the JSA army was added to the game, so that means
Hmm.
you'll at least have an idea of how darts combat bow and some of their other stuff. So it is possible. You just
That's
have to
cool.
homebrew it.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
Good job,
here,
Corvus Belly.
this size comparison picture I wanted to show you. Oh well, I'll just go back to the thing and see
Ah!
what what happened.
I'm just having a hard time lining up that pin that I just did. Okay. Looks like I got it. But now that one's not staying on. Come on, boys. Don't give up on me. That one gave up on me. No. The pin is in there somewhere.
Oh, here it is. All right,
Just hold this in place for a minute.
oh, I sent you the link to the Discord on your Discord, the size comparison.
Okay.
Is
Wow,
big.
that's big.
Yeah, that's why that's why when people are asking, is it gonna be in metal? No, because it'll never get through security.
That's an awesome mini.
It even has a custom base.
That's like a final boss thing. That's pretty
Yes,
awesome.
that's supposed to be the final boss. Um, and it is at least the Infinity rules are very final boss like. It will it will wreck your life quite easily if you
Okay.
don't if you. But it's a huge model. I mean, just by the size comparison.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can. No, I don't want to add it. I could just add it here to the stream, but
That's fine.
I might screw something up doing that.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
See, pins are good in theory, but that's gonna be annoying to try to line this up.
Uh,
Ah,
I tried to pin,
there it
but then
goes.
it didn't go well.
Once you just have to find it. Once you find it, it's not too bad. This is a really cool miniature. I need to go buy the what's her name? Lakshmi. I still need to buy the Lakshmi
Oh,
mini.
Lakshmi, the
Yeah,
which,
the
oh yeah, she
shaman
has
one.
the shaman one. Oh yeah, you can use that for the fantasy lineup.
Yeah, and her rules are pretty awesome. Ah,
Oh yeah, Lakshmi is nice. It has very good rules.
this mini is falling all over the place. I may have to use Insta set.
I actually should seriously consider picking up the what was it? Rumbling Ruthless Hearts expansion.
Yeah, for
Because I got the what was
that
it?
Mutai guy.
You mean the mashup of Killmonger and Michael B. Jordan, Killmonger and Apollo Creed?
Yes.
Because it is Michael B. Jordan, no matter what people say. I thought it was like it's Michael B. Jordan.
Oh man.
You can paint him as you can paint him as the Golden Jaguar.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it this way. This is how we have to do it.
Yeah. Well, that and I got the what's her name? The Hippolyta Hippolyta limited edition mini.
That's a cool looking mini.
Yeah, that's why I was like, works works either way for me. I still like it regardless.
Yeah. We we went straight into Malifaux right after
Yeah,
we started to play this game.
yeah. I remember. Yeah, and I was like, wow, we hopped in, then we just hopped out.
But I still want to play some of this game. It's 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 a good like beer and pretzel filler,
Yeah,
and it can actually be it's a decent game in its own right.
I'm just wait. I want to get a Malfo crew, but I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for Misaki.
Oh yeah, they still haven't got Masaki in.
I and yeah, because I was like, eh.
God, yeah, because today we were talking about Guild Ball, the future of Guild Ball at Comic Quest,
What do you mean
because
future Guild Ball? Everybody still plays Guild Ball.
everybody still plays Guild Ball. Everybody still loves Guild Ball. The
Yeah.
problem is Steamforge Games does not love Guild Ball.
Huh?
Like,
That's their
yeah,
flagship. What are you talking about?
no,
How could they not love the
we.
flagship?
This is a very upsetting topic, and
Oh, jeez.
we get into this, and I still a volunteer for the company. So
It
if
seems
they
like
see this
so
and they strip me of that, I'm okay with that. That's fine because they
is
need
this
to know.
turning into a soda pop thing? Because I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear
Well,
another sad story.
then I won't tell you if you don't want. If
No,
you don't want
fine.
to hear it.
Tell me.
It's
I want to be
basically
in the loop.
what happened. What appears to be happening with Steamforged is they got bought out by a larger company, and
Oh,
apparently there were some like GW board members on this company, and
oh,
what
Jesus.
and the business model that they're moving to is more of like a let's buy a bunch of IPs and put out board games and limited run
Oh,
stuff and try to avoid sustaining a miniature line for too long. So
oh
they
God.
didn't they never said that outright, but that is the pattern that they're following. It's like, oh, now
Oh
we have
Jesus.
Resident Evil, now we have Critical Role, now we're going to get this IP
So
too.
they're turning into Prodos games, in other words.
No, not like that. I mean, they're actually gonna make their games, but I think they're they're look. It's more profitable to to have a rotating inventory than it is to keep sustaining Guild Ball. Guild Ball, from a profitability standpoint, it's part of what makes it the best miniatures game, is that there's so much value in Guild Ball
Yeah,
for the player that the players don't need to
go somewhere else.
keep dumping huge amounts of money into the game. We get the teams that we want, and all they really do is they'll add models here and there, and then they'll change the season rules, but season rules are always free. So
Hmm.
from a manufacturing standpoint, there isn't much of a draw for us to spend more money. And then the other side of it, and I know I'm defending what they're doing, but it makes sense from a total business standpoint. Um, the
Yeah, I
fact
can see
is,
that.
Guild Ball has a very niche audience. It has a very niche, very specialized audience, which I would consider to be your probably the most skilled miniature gamers in the world are
Yeah,
playing Guild Ball. And what the problem with that is that Guild Ball is is such a good competitive game that it's a very difficult casual
it
game.
does. Yeah, it doesn't draw. That's
You
what I've
cannot
always. That's
play.
my one criticism
Yeah, it's
with
super
it doesn't
hard to
draw the
play Guild
masses.
Ball casually. You just it's if that's if you're like, I'm going to get my one team and I'm going to play once a month on a Thursday, and you go in and you're playing, if unless you're playing somebody else that only does once a month on a Thursday, if you play a seasoned Guild Ball player, well, they're going to
Yeah,
beat you probably 100 out of 100 times. And
yeah,
it's not a good exchange for either player. It's kind of like War Machine, right?
yes,
If you're a War Machine player, you're like, okay, I'm at this level of the game, and here's this new player, and it's great. I want to be friendly to newbies and all that kind of stuff. But I'm essentially giving that new player 2 hours of my life that I cannot spend on like increasing my own game.
yeah,
Whereas
yeah,
in other miniature games, in Malifaux, in a lot of other mini games, you can totally give that new player that amount of time and you'll still learn something from the game, right? You can still it those games aren't so precise that you you're
yeah,
not.
yeah,
I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but I know you understand what I'm saying.
yeah. The amount of it's the forgiveness factor.
And so it's what makes Guild Ball such a great game. It's also what makes Guild Ball such a terrible like beer and pretzel game. Is it a great game for new players to start miniature gaming in? I think so. I think it can be. Um, as your like first miniature gaming experience, it can be. It can be a lot of fun. But if that's your first miniature experience and you're like, well, I'm only going to be playing once every Thursday, once a month,
Yeah,
then that could kill your whole miniature
yeah.
career essentially.
If you're not, yeah, I think the amount of dedication that Guild Ball requires is
Guild Ball,
relatively steep.
yeah, I tell people that Guild Ball is you should treat Guild Ball like it's a professional sport.
Yeah,
Like if you
it's
go,
basically it's basically the miniatures version of playing Eve online. If you don't keep playing, you're not gonna on a relatively regular basis. You're gonna be in a world of hurt the next time you play.
well, it's like a real sport. If you
Yeah,
play if you play basketball and you play twice a year and you get your little jump shot and that kind of thing, but then you go out to game when you go out to play pickup games and those guys show up every Friday. Those guys are
yeah,
going to wreck you, right? The only way you can hope to compete is if you play
regularly.
regularly. And the same with Guild Ball. Like you're not going to beat the Kevins of the world. And there's going to be players that are just flat out better at the game than you
Yeah.
are, right? Kevin
Yep.
is flat out a better player than I am in Guild Ball. He's better than a lot of people. Um, and you just have to accept that, okay, I might beat Kevin. I think I might beat Kevin once in every 40 games or something like that. Uh, but
Mm.
that's just the way it is. He's just a better player. You just have to accept that. It's not the, a lot of these games that I criticize for being too random. The upside to that is, oh, well, sometimes I'll make a really stupid decision and my opponent will make a really smart decision, but dice don't like him and they went well for me, so I won the game. Like
Mm.
that's a great it's a super frustrating thing to be on the other side of that, but a lot of game designers bake that in because they know that you can't just survive on hyper skilled players all the time. You're going to have, like Guild Ball, you're
Yeah.
going to have a very niche audience
Yeah, you
at
need to
the end
widen
of
your
the
circle.
day. So that's kind of where Guild Ball is at. And as a result, it is excruciatingly hard for the brick and mortar to get the Guild Ball products that they need these days compared to the player base just ordering it directly from Steamforged. And that's
Yeah.
super shitty. It's super shitty. Like I was talking with CQ today about it,
Mm.
and they pointed out like what they can buy as a retailer is just a tiny little window compared to what an online shopper can buy, right?
Mm. Yeah, that's true.
And so it's like if I want a rookie miniature, like if I want rookie, I don't know, rookie ferrite,
Yeah.
I will never get that at Comic Quest. They will never ever ever have rookie ferrite. They'll have rookie ferrite in Steamforge shop next week, and I can just order from them. And if I
Yeah,
order
I
enough,
remember they were having a hard time keeping when they were still able to get product. They were having a hard time. Their suppliers were having a hard time getting it to them.
right? And a lot of distributors are
Just gave
dropping
up.
Guild Ball,
Yeah, just gave up.
and they're still they're they're still gonna stock uh, God tier and
Is it?
Resident Evil and that kind of stuff,
Wait,
but not
is
Guild
God Tier
Ball.
even being played still? I didn't, or is it just
God tier is coming out very, very, very soon. It's
I
gonna
lost
be
track.
yeah, it's gonna hit stores very soon.
All right.
And I'm like, you know, uh, I could rep for God tier, but I don't. I never really tried the game. I don't even know if I like it. And then the other thing is, well, it's a miniatures game. What if we really like God tier and then they decide, oh, well, God tier doesn't make us enough money. Let's just stop sending it to the store. I don't want to. I don't want to just.
Yeah.
I don't think. I don't think we should be rewarding miniature manufacturers for doing shit like that,
Yeah.
right? Because that's
Yeah.
super shitty. The one thing I'll say about Weird is at least Weird pushes the LGS. They're like, no, buy our stuff at the LGS. Send in your receipt. We'll send you free limited edition models for proving that you shop at your LGS. That's awesome, right?
Yes.
Steamforge, they make. I think Guild Ball is one of the best miniature games ever made, but they will. They just hate their own game because it's not profitable.
I still find that so strange to hear
I
that. I
think
was
if they were still privately owned, I think if they were still a small company,
when did they get bought out? I didn't even read about that.
that was like a year ago. They got bought out.
I thought it
Um,
was recent.
yeah, if they were still like the whatever 8 to 10 guys that they were when we started playing, and
Yeah.
they had the same kind of growth and the numbers that they have now, and they only had to just make Guild Ball and God tier, they would be stoked. They'd be happy. They wouldn't be nearly as rich, but I don't know. I mean,
Mm.
that's the the selling out fallacy, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
you
That's true.
if you want to do well, you have to. Oh, somebody sent me a message. If you want to, if you want to do well like that, you have to try to compete with the Simons and the. Uh,
Yeah.
what is this?
What?
Okay, somebody sent me an invite to a Discord. Well, hope it's not a creepy one. We'll see. I do some weird.
That's kind of like wait what?
I've been in some
Are these,
weird
are these
Discords.
drunken weird people you've met again, dude?
Yeah.
Is this a
No, this
continuation of
isn't
Kingdom
not while
Con?
I was drunk. No.
Is this another continuation of your Kingdom Con thing where you just meet random people and they invite you to do things?
No. Well, no. This is another group of people, and I make memes. Have you ever seen like I just make homegrown memes out of stuff? Like I made a bunch of Yvonne memes before. Um,
Really? Where? I haven't seen
I
them.
they don't. I used to share them, that kind of thing. I turned
Oh,
it. I made a bunch of gifs for for stuff that like hilarious stuff that she said in videos. But anyways, this other person found out that I did that. I'm like, yeah, I make memes, and she's like, make a meme out of me. Like, okay. Um, she's like, what,
okay.
what, what kind of pictures do I like? I've never done this. What kind of pictures do I send? I'm like, well, send pictures of like you making really expressive faces, like surprised or angry or scared, and then we just caption them, right? We do weird stuff and we caption them. And
Oh, jeez.
and then she at one point she was like, well, what if I sent nudes?
What?
And I said,
Oh my god,
and it's
dude.
like, what do you do? What do you do with nude? What do you do with nudes for memes? And she sent me nudes, and I was like, oh, okay. And so, so, so
Oh
I
my god,
made,
dude. You attract the weirdest people. You know
so
that? You
I
attract
I
the
made
weirdest
memes
people.
out of the nudes, and then sent it back to the community that they came from. And I was
Show
like,
me one.
yeah,
I just want to.
I
I need to
obviously
see.
can't do that on air.
Oh
Uh,
jeez.
I
Send it on the
think
Discord.
I'm no, I'm not gonna do it. Next time we're live, I may have one on my phone. Hey, what's up, Matt? Oh, hi. Yeah. So
I was like, what the heck kind of people do you meet?
yeah.
Jeez.
So yeah. So I made memes. She sent me nudes, and I was like, okay. So I made memes out of that, and then I
Man,
just
you have
stopped.
the
I
pure
stopped making
memes.
me like it just killed my it killed my memeing career. Is it? I don't do it anymore. At least
You're
not.
meeting
I'll
the
do it with
weirdest
my own
people.
material, but I'm not gonna do it with. Yeah, that was. It was. It was
Awkward.
interesting, but this person, she just likes to just send people nudes. I guess. I guess that's a thing. Like, just
Again, you meet the
here's
strangest
some
people.
nudes. There you go.
This is the most crazy
Yeah,
shit ever.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what that other Discord was that I joined. Hopefully it's not
Oh,
weird. I
jeez,
don't know.
man.
I don't-
Oh, God.
oh
I'm
man.
getting flashbacks of trying to find you in adult taco and only to
I
find out you're
just
in
make
and out.
weird friends,
Just
man. That's what
random. You just
I
disappear and
just
pop
make
up
weird
somewhere else.
friends. That's what I do.
Oh, Jesus. Alright, whatever.
I'm afraid of doing anything else with this because I'm afraid he'll tip. I think I need to leave him. I don't think I'm gonna prime these tonight. I think I'm uh, just let them dry. But they're awesome. Look, Matt, Aristeia, dude.
Yep, he's making Aristeas.
Aristeia. Go break your shit out, man. Let's play a game.
I gotta find where all my shit went to.
I
Especially
love
my
that this
favorite.
guy just has like a bowl. He just has that.
His
Mizo's.
sake bowl.
He
Come
has
drink with me.
miso. Yeah, it's probably sake. You're probably right.
His sake bowl. It's like, yeah. Come
It
drink
should
with
be a
me.
masu. You should have a square bowl for sake.
True.
But who cares? He's an oni. He'll drink. This
And that
model
alone,
is
that,
super thick though. Just thick chunk of metal. The armor is really cool. He's just got so many cool elements to him. But the octopus on his back is awesome. Where's the head? Oh, there it is. He just has an octopus on his back. That's freaking great.
yeah, I was like, what? What do you mean octopus? I was like, oh my god, he does have an octopus on his back.
And Eight Ball's he's a cool enough uh he's a cool enough he has really good rules as like a displacement tank.
Yep.
He's pretty cool.
Telling you, dude, fantasy lineup. The Cosmo, 8 Ball, Major Luna, and Hexer.
This model is just sick. Yeah, I still have the attorney kit, dude.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh, damn.
It's behind me. It's right over there.
Oh, damn.
So we could throw attorney.
We should. You should.
Because, like I said, well, I may propose something different for Guild Ball with CQ because I don't think it's fair. We still want to play CQ. I mean, we still want to play Guild Ball. We still have a big
Yeah.
Guild Ball community, and we've been playing Malifaux, but really, we play Malifaux and we're like, I still miss Guild Ball. Still love that. Still love the Guild Ball game. So what I'm looking at doing possibly is cutting the monthly Guild Ball weekend tournaments, that I would cut that down to once per quarter,
Mm-hmm.
doing a Guild Ball tournament like on a Sunday, and then instead do a monthly, uh, like a league type format where we're playing Guild Ball during the week, and we could still give out like prizes, like organized kit prizes for like on a monthly basis, but only once a quarter do we throw like a weekend tournament. And the reason why I want to do that is because I think it would make the tournaments more valuable,
Mm-hmm.
and CQ should not be giving Guild Ball one weekend day a month if they can't
Yeah.
put the product on shelf. That's not fair to them,
Yeah.
right? Why should they continue to host um,
Yeah.
for a game that the company just refuses to keep on the shelf?
Yeah. I was kind of surprised. I noticed that the Guild Ball stack started slowly becoming smaller.
Well, no, CQ's not doing it on purpose. They just have nothing to order.
No, no, I know,
Yeah.
but that's what I mean. It's that I'm not playing anymore, but I mean, you guys have bought all the models you need, and
Yeah,
doesn't
we
seem
still
like
play Guild Ball on the regular too.
yeah, yeah, and I mean, it doesn't look like they're coming out with new stuff that the people who are looking for new stuff want. It's like stuff you guys already have.
Yeah, well, right now they're coming out with the resin. They came out with resin masons and resin NGs, which are all my teams, and I love the new resin NGs. Look awesome, and I want to buy it, but I don't because I already have the metal stuff. The resin stuff looks a lot nicer, but